At just 8 years old, Maria had lost everything. But when she sang to God, every eye filled with tears and even Simon Cowell's heart melted. Subscribe now to be part of this miracle. Maria's life began in a small village in the Philippines, where she lived happily with her parents. But a sudden tragedy took her family away, leaving her an orphan at the age of 3. She was placed in a humble orphanage, where resources were limited, but love and faith filled every corner. From a very young age, Maria found comfort in singing. Every morning, as the sun rose over the mountains, she would sit by the window and sing prayers. Her tiny voice carried hope and courage that she did not even fully understand herself. Singing was her way of speaking to God, of finding solace in a world that had taken so much from her. By the age of 8, Maria's talent could no longer go unnoticed. The caretakers at the orphanage often spoke about her voice, saying it had the power to make people stop and listen, even strangers passing by. Yet Maria had never dreamed of leaving her village. Her world was small, just the orphanage, her friends, and the local church where she sang every Sunday. Everything changed when a local volunteer posted a video of Maria singing online. The video went viral within days, catching the attention of a talent scout in the United States. Weeks later, Maria found herself on a plane to Los Angeles, traveling for the first time outside her country. The excitement was mixed with fear, and she held tightly to the hand of her translator and guardian, the only connection to home she had. Backstage at the AGT auditions, the energy was overwhelming. Contestants of all ages were practicing, adjusting costumes, and whispering nervously. Maria, in a simple white dress and barefoot, sat quietly in a corner, clutching her notebook. In it, she had written the lyrics of a song she had been singing in the orphanage for years, a song of faith, hope, and gratitude. When it was her turn, Maria walked onto the stage with a mixture of fear and determination. The judges looked down at her, surprised by how small she appeared. The audience murmured, unsure what to expect from such a tiny girl. She opened her notebook, took a deep breath, and began to sing. Her voice started softly, almost timidly, but soon it filled the theater with purity and emotion. She sang not just with skill, but with her whole heart. Every note was a prayer, a message from a child who had experienced loss beyond her years. The judges were stunned, their eyes fixed on Maria as if watching a miracle unfold. Simon Cowell, famous for his critical eye, leaned forward, tears threatening to fall. The audience felt the raw emotion in the room. Halfway through, Maria took a risk. She hit a high note she had never sung outside the orphanage. The note soared perfectly, bringing gasps and cheers from the audience. There was a spiritual hush, a sense that everyone was witnessing something extraordinary. The song ended with a soft, lingering note. The silence was electric, and then the audience erupted into applause. Simon Cowell rose from his chair, visibly moved, and pressed the golden buzzer. Confetti rained down, but Maria barely noticed. Her heart was filled with the love and warmth of people who believed in her. Backstage, Maria shared more of her story. She spoke about the orphanage, about growing up without her parents, and how singing had always been her connection to God. She revealed that she had added the high note the night before, inspired by a dream where she felt God's presence guiding her. Her story quickly spread worldwide. Weeks later, news broke that her orphanage was struggling financially, and there was a risk it might close. Maria's AGT performance sparked a movement. Social media campaigns, donations, and celebrity support poured in, ensuring the orphanage could continue its work. Maria's voice had not only given her hope but had created hope for many others. Every performance Maria gave on AGT was met with increasing anticipation. She never sang the same song twice, but always included a piece of her journey, her faith, her struggles, and her gratitude. She overcame technical difficulties, stage nerves, and self-doubt, showing resilience beyond her years. By the time the finale arrived, Maria had become a household name. News outlets covered her story worldwide, highlighting not only her talent but also her inspiring journey. On the final night, she performed a medley of her favorite songs, mixing prayer, emotion, and gratitude. Simon Cowell and the other judges were moved to tears, overwhelmed by the little girl whose voice had touched millions. When the winner was announced, Maria had already won in a different sense. The golden buzzer had given her a platform to inspire others and show that age, loss, or circumstances cannot limit the human spirit. She waved to the audience, thinking of the children back at the orphanage, the ones still waiting for hope. As Maria's story spreads online, families watch together, children see themselves in her journey, and adults are reminded of resilience, faith, and hope. Her story proves that one small voice can make a difference in countless lives. Now we want to hear from you. From which part of the country are you watching Maria's incredible journey? Share your location in the comments and celebrate together how one little girl's voice touched millions.